Thanks, Amelia. This particular workspace we'll be looking at is called using tables to determine equivalent ratios. Now, this is a mastery workspace, which means that students will be learning and performing simultaneously what they know. Every mastery workspace begins with a step-by-step example, and that's what this shows right here. It basically explains step-by-step the concept and tools to the students. We're going to do that right now. We're just going to click go to the actual problem. Now, before we get started, I want to point your attention to what's called the skillometer. It tells us again what this workspace is. It's using tables to determine equivalent ratios. It is testing 6 skills in which students will master, enter scaling factor, enter given ratio and table, etc. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get started and work through this like I am a student, like every good student. I'm going to read the scenario. It says, Patrick is making different colors of putty to use in his art class. He uses 2 teaspoons of borax powder and 4 teaspoons of glue. Number 1, it tells us to enter the given ratio in the table. Now, given, seeing up here, 2 teaspoons, in this case, enter 2, and click enter. I will say one time as a teacher, or many times as a teacher, students would enter the correct answer and not click enter. Okay, and then it says right here, submit your answer by hitting enter. Now it pops up, it says number 2, what is the equivalent ratio if 1 teaspoon of borax powder is used? Interesting, 1 teaspoon. Well, let's see. What's going on here? Up, and as you can see, Mathia's artificial intelligence noticed that I made this common error and gave me immediate feedback to readjust my thinking and correct the student in the moment. It says, what value is given in question 2? Go back to question 2. It says, what is the equivalent ratio of 1 teaspoon of borax powder? And as you can tell, it highlights it right here to help the student along. All right, you're going to enter 1. Awesome. Oh, interesting. Okay, now it's saying you divide by, in this case, the students will pick it up. You divide by 2 to get to 1. And it fills in 4 divided by 2 in this case. That will be, in this case, the ratio is now 1 to 2. Now it says, what is the equivalent ratio if 28 teaspoons of glue are used? What is going on here? God, I'm not sure. But the good thing is, Mathia, again, it's supposed to act as a real life tutor. So in this case, like every tutor, they give you a hint. Click on the hint button right here. Value is given, what value is given to question 3? Now it's going to wait a minute. If you still don't know, you could ask for another hint. And then typically there'll be 3 hints, sometimes 2, but at the end it'll say, oh, okay, 28 teaspoons. Oh, and it shows it right there. Okay. Keeping it moving 4 times. What is going to, and then as a student, you can continue on. In this case, 2 times 4. In this case, it'd be 14. Last one, enter your answer in the table. What is the equivalent ratio of 8 teaspoons of borax powder are used? In this case, if 8 is used, it's going to multiply by 4. The teaspoon will be 16. And wonderful. Now I'm gonna point you all to the skillometer, or some say skillometer. You can see if it's green right here, that's going to show if you have mastered a skill. This skill is mastered, and I need work in 5 other skills. Again, it says 1 out of 6, so we have a little bit more work to do. You're going to click I'm done. And it's going to come up with another problem that tests those same skills. Any questions? Well, that is an excellent question, Emilio. Now, many students will try that. I can tell as a teacher using Mathia for 4 years, they're going to try to hint their way, hint. But as you can tell, let's say I just use the hints. Okay, good, got the answer. Okay, I'm just thinking about other stuff, yada yada. Okay, come on, come on, come on. The scalometer did not make a dent. So to actually progress and get through the workspace and show mastery, you cannot. It's not going to count the answers you put in for the hints. It's not meant to. You can't really game Mathia as far as getting as far as showing mastery when you've only used the hints. That's an excellent question, and it's key to the teacher to uh, frame that in a helpful way to emphasize that hints are a tool rather than a means to just game the system and try to get through it without really doing the work. But excellent question. Any other questions? Darren, I can see you have a question. Just kidding. This is a video. I'm going to throw it right back now to the present day Emilio. You've been an excellent audience. Thank you.